befa nga mama dana yesa barahani mama ko fasa befa ikakoronda na puru keketa ni fatale keketa.
Everyone, as we said, we're gonna have Ask the Question segment, and that's the segment we're gonna deal with right now before we move on to the last segment of the show, which is the hot soup. If you're watching, make sure you're commenting and also continue to share the video as you watch with your Facebook community so we could spread the sister show community. Okay. Ask the Question. This is the first time we're doing this segment. This is a segment where anything goes, right? Taboo questions that we usually think about and we don't voice out, right? Cultural questions that we wonder about when we were kids that we never say out loud, and we're going to actually say it here, ask, and you get the chance to also give us your answer below. So comment below and let us know what you think, because as we say, it's not always what we think, but also what you think. It's a community. So let's go. The question that we have here is, who should inherit properties of a married man who just passed away? The wife, the kids, or the man's family? This is a question that we thought is a eyebrow-raising question, right? Because it's not something that we like to deal with as Africans. And then when we deal with it, there's always a problem. What do you guys think? The wife, the kids, the family? Give your answers.
I think the wife and the kids, because that's the wife and the kids. Like the family,
yeah.
You gave away your brother or your uncle or your son when you gave them to get married, and now they have a whole family. And this family, he was sustaining this family when he was alive. So why do you guys want to fight over his properties or his money when he's gone?
I also think the wife, definitely the wife. I think the wife and the kids. I mean, the death was part, so I definitely think the wife and the kids. The family, get your own husband.
Like for facts, no.
Okay, Helena. Look, okay, let's see what you think.
I think there's a tricky part to it. So it depends on where you're from, what religion and stuff. If you're a Muslim, then it sort of goes into the hands of the Sharia law where they say, we'll do this and that and that. I'm not an expert, so I don't know exactly what the rules are. I think it's right for the wife and the kids to inherit at least the most of the wealth. I think it would be easier if confirmed or concluded while the man is alive.
I think also that our parents or the older people, or just like us as Africans in general, should stop shying away of writing a will. Okay, like I feel like especially our parents, they're scared of death so much that they don't even want to write a will. Like they feel like, oh my God, this means I'm dying. Like it doesn't mean you're dying. It just means that you're just preparing for your future, and you're preparing your family and making sure there is no fights. Like at the end of the day, we see that there are so many fights within family members to the point they don't even talk anymore. And this could be avoided if parents could just sit down and just write a will and just make their life a lot more easier after they are gone. But this doesn't mean that you're gonna die, parents. Stop it. Okay, you're not going to die. Just write a will.
Write a will. Okay, and continue to comment below. Let us know what you think of the question that we just asked.
Like O said, it depends on what religion you are, because they set rules already. If you're a Muslim, they set rules. Whether people are practicing it that way, I guess that's a different story. If you live in the West, will, I believe, will override like whatever the Muslim religion states.
Dr. J, what is your answer to this? Because Dr. J, actually, believe it or not, I think Dr. J, what will I say? You finished the Quran. You are, I mean, not a scholar, but you, how do you say it? That tells you where I'm at with that.
she freed the Quran.
She read the whole Quran. Like she, the for watch it,
She graduated.
Graduated from
Dr. J, can you help us? You know, Helena, when we were growing up, right? We go to school and our parents put us to the Quranic after school programs, whatever you call it, dara, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know where I stopped. Amy, she didn't even start. Olay probably a little farther. Dr. J finished the whole thing. So that's what we are saying. Dr. J.
Okay.
Don't challenge me. I know more in the Quran than you do.
Hey, I beg.
My life
Dr.
on
J,
it.
answer.
Growing up, I was raised by my grandparent, and he was an imam. That means he was like a pastor in the church. And I started going to Dara, which is a Quranic school, before I started English school. So I finished the Quran before I finished high school. Like I think I was in Form 3 when I graduated, and then I did a lot of the other rules and regulation, like what they call the Grosul Awalin and the Lahdari for people that may know.
Okay, Doctor.
On that note, we will move on to the next level so you guys can understand. Ole and Ose, it depends on who you are or what's your religion or what's your background. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding even when it comes to the Sharia law, what we are supposed to do. In the Quran, it is defined as to how these inheritance are supposed to be done. So you would see families fight, or even sometimes the families may not even want to address the fact that they need to share this wealth. And like Ole said, if you're in the West, or I think O said it too, if you're in the West, that Sharia law does not come into play, because husband and wife, if any of the partner or either of the partner pass away, the other partner is supposed to be the one and the kids to inherit the wealth.
Not just the wealth.
And the loans, yes. And there's so much problems that exist within the us that are living in the West and versus the African culture. Because like if you're living in the West and one of the partners pass away, the culture back home don't understand that you, the couple, one of you is supposed to be responsible for everything that comes into play, whether it's the wealth, whether it's the loans, whether it's the debt. All they see is that this man passed away. He was feeding us. Now he needs to continue to feed us, even though they don't think about the other family members that are existing. And there's so much bickering that happens that we don't tend to explain. But Juka, I didn't just want to stop there. I wanted to venture into the one that people don't usually talk about, is the medical power of attorney, which is very, very important. And as Africans, we don't want to talk about death and dying. And Juka is the one that did not even want me to talk about it.
Okay, just make it fast. Go.
Juka is trying to make me not talk about the death and dying. That's why she's trying to speed me up. But I think power of attorney is something, medical power of attorney is something that all Africans should try to establish.
What about the families that are in the West? They have life insurance, they pass, and a whole lot of money is given to them, partner that's alive, right? And the kids. But then their African families, the African families of the deceased expect something from that. What do you guys think is the proper way to deal with this when it actually is a whole lot of money involved? And comment below. Let us know what you think should happen.
So if you have a life insurance, there is always someone that's stated on the life insurance who's going to be the one to inherit that life insurance. Now, as Islam, that life insurance does not even exist. You are not supposed to even be claiming it or distributing it according to the Sharia law.
Because it's not there.
Yeah, that insurance is not supposed to be even used. So the family members should avoid trying to get into that aspect of it by using Islam, number one. Number two, you have a family that's in the West. They have to pay their mortgage, they have to pay their bills, they have to pay a lot of things. And maybe this person died and left a lot of medical bills. Those bills should be taken care of first.
As Black people, Africans, we are scared of death. Like I think if I go to my father and ask him if he has a will, they'll be like, why? Do you want to inherit my money? Do you think I'm gonna die? That is the thing that we have. And I think we need to start practicing the culture of actually writing wills to just diffuse so much family feuds. Because sometimes again you are married, but then again you are probably the breadwinner for not just your household but for the whole family. So it's very important that the person who you are going to leave behind with your money is able to manage your money, still continue educating your kids, and still continue taking care of the rest of the family.
If you look at it, it's like an investment, right? Because it's not free. It's not that somebody just died and they say, oops, here's a life insurance. If you're working in a job, like some jobs do offer some type of a life insurance, but you still have to most of the time you have to pay something, right? If it's like something outside of the work, you usually have to pay it. Sometimes it varies, depending on the age factor, like your health stuff. It may be let's say $100 a month, $200. I feel like it's a personal preference. It's up to that family that's left behind to decide if they want to give it out to the family abroad, etc. But it's not an obligation.
Let's keep in mind also, what about if that partner, that deceased partner, was actually also taking care of their family member back in Africa?
I think it's down to the discretion of the partner, and hopefully, I think it's only right for the partner, the immediate partner, to inherit the life insurance, because even on paper, there's nothing that the family could do to claim that money anyway.
As Jay said, it's not part of Sharia. That like there's no life insurance in the Sharia law. Like this is like an English thing. So if the wife or if the deceased's wife or spouse decide that I want to help out and give the family X amount of money, it's up to them. But if she feels that she doesn't want to give a dime to the family also, it's up to them. I'm not really fond of this fighting over somebody's debt's money. Keep it all. Who cares? I mean,
yeah, it's a tough subject to talk about, because as I'm listening to it, I'm actually even uncomfortable in a way, right? Do I have a will? No. I mean, it's just African thing. I don't know. I think. All right, let's wrap this part up. See, I don't want to deal with this.
It only costs $99 to make it.
Ole, I mean, yes, I know it doesn't cost that much, but it's the thought of it all. It's just like, and this is the reality. We don't deal with it as Africans, and I'm no different. This tells you I'm African.
Jugo, I think it's about time for you to have a will, and please make sure my name is on the will.
I am giving you shit. No, I'm kidding.
I'm just trying to urge every single person not to be scared of death. Writing a will doesn't mean you're dying tomorrow, but I think it's very important, and we're laughing, but this is super, super important. There is so many issues that are going on right now as we speak around the world. Fights that are happening in families tearing apart forever. And I think it's just so right that we all start thinking about writing wills.
Yeah, let's deal with the uncomfortable things in the culture. And that's why we have this segment called Ask a Questions. If you have any question that you want to send to the sisters and you want us to discuss so that people can also give their inputs on the comment section, go ahead and send it to our inbox, DM it to us on Facebook or Instagram. Ask a Question, that's the segment. Make sure you put that on the subject. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and let Usman go. And hopefully we'll have you back on here on the Sister Show to share more wisdom that you have. It was such a delight to have you. Tell us any of your pages that people can follow, or your company name again.
The company is Pioneers, PHIONEERS. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram.
Thank you very much for sharing your platforms with us.
You are English accent. Wow.
Okay.
Usman, thank you very much. We truly appreciate
sure if
you.
you're doing a French accent or British accent.
I don't even know myself. I think I was
What's your take?
She did. I give her like 70%.
Please go down.
On that note, let's say goodbye to Usman. Thank you so much for being here with us. We truly appreciate your time.
Bye.
Bye.